best fictional father, I think, is Coach Eric Taylor from Friday Night Lights. He's not necessarily the father I would want as my own. He's sort of he can be very stern and very scary. He's exactly the father you need. And it's really a show about fatherhood. Almost all the main male characters in the show, the main high schoolers on the show, are in one way or another fatherless figures, and he fills that role in their lives. The episode where he coaches Smash after his injury, and he's been working with him to return to football. If it doesn't make you cry, then you probably haven't thought that much about your own parents.
Right here, God has placed you to do what you do best. Go all the way.
My choice for the best fictional father would have to be Jim Anderson from Father Knows Best. He is certainly the most classic and iconic one. It's a family of 5. There are 3 kids. They're middle class. They live in middle America. Jim has a middling job as an insurance agent, and he is full of little wisdom and adages for his 3 kids. And one of my favorite clips has Jim talking to his kids about money, which is appropriate here for Forbes, and how it sort of makes you feel good inside to give away your money.
Maybe you found out money's strange stuff. You can have a barrel of it, but it's not much good unless you work for it. Or you can share it with others.
Well, what do you know?
My pick for Best Fictional Father is Steve Martin in Father of the Bride. He's my favorite because he just doesn't want to lose his spot as her favorite man, which I think a lot of fathers can relate to, and also because he and his daughter are so much alike. Something that stands out for me about Steve Martin in Father of the Bride is the scene where Annie, his daughter, comes home and says she's getting married, and he sort of goes into a conniption.
So, Dad, stop it, say something.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Dad, I met a man in Rome, and he's wonderful and brilliant, and we're getting married.
My pick for Best Fictional Father is George Bluth Sr. from Arrested Development. He's the CEO and founder of a publicly traded construction company, and he's a good example of the sort of father you don't want to be. He's absentee, he goes through all sorts of troubles raising his kids. He's generally a bad father, and you see that come through in his own children, who turn out to be bad parents as well. When George Bluth does have time for his family, what he likes to do is employ a former Bluth company employee, J. Walter Weatherman, who lost an arm on a construction site, to teach his kids lessons. It's his sort of short, brief way to impart wisdom to them whenever he has the time to do so, but more often than not, it simply terrifies them.
That's why you always leave a note.
That's why you don't yell.
And that's why you don't teach lessons to your son.
And that's why you don't teach your father a lesson.